Good afternoon. It's Monday, August 26th. Lots of folks are going back to school today, including myself. But I've been putting that off a little bit. I was like, I'm going to wake up early, like log on and get to everything I need to get to for school. And then I started getting into scheduling and doing a lot of that and putting some other things before that. And it's 12:30 and I haven't logged in to start my assignments yet. Hi, Janie. You might want to stick around for this message. Actually, this is going to be a cool music thing. So if you can, great. If not, that's okay. I'm gonna save it and post it so that it can be watchable later, anytime you wish to come back and tune in. So getting to the point here, I want to talk about the scholarship fund really quickly and mention a couple things. One is that things are growing. I remember I did this video, the very first video that I did for this a while back, and I was like, oh, I wonder what it could be. And here it is. So it's being like that thing and more than that thing that I expected. So it's very cool. Hi. Kitty's help with advertising. Do you want to like move in front of the... Do you want to like actually put your cuteness to work? There we go. Yeah. Hi, can you say donate? Okay, so anyway, what's going on here is that lessons are expanding. I've got a lot of new group classes coming up, especially this fall. Last fall I did one class. This fall I have 3 classes. So it's a great sign that things are going well and moving forward. That being said, I need more instruments. And also having more people come to me. I just need to accommodate more in general. So, and I'm really, really, really happy to do that. So the first thing is, let me start with needing more instruments. I did a quick search here and found the, absolute most like economy style packs of instruments that I could find. And what I'm finding is that the best prices on these things come to around $120 per instrument. And, doing the math, doing all the averages, that's pretty good, yet I still need some help. So if I were just throwing some numbers out there for you guys, for those of you who are numbers people and who like to know exactly what we're doing with the money, this is for you. And especially if you have donated already, this is for you. If you're thinking about contributing, this is for you. So at $120 an instrument, I'm looking at it right now, so I keep looking away. I have a couple of options floating around. So to provide 2 instruments, I've got one here coming in at $209. And then to provide 3 instruments, I've got another number here of $360. So just to give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at, and if you feel called to help, that's what I need to work myself up towards to be able to provide 2 to 3 new instruments for this fall for the classes. So now stepping away from instruments for a moment and stepping into people, another thing that the fund does other than provide instruments is it's going to provide actual cost cuts. It's going to provide actual tuition for actual kids and actual adults who are coming to these things. I have a couple of people that reached out to me that have testimonial experience that they want to share of how the scholarship fund has already benefited them and their children. Those are coming. I have yet to edit all that footage together. So that's why I wanted to hop on and do a live real quick, because I was like, I don't have my scholarship fund video totally compiled and edited and ready for public consumption yet. So until then, you're going to get me live talking about it. So what does that look like? Here again for you numbers people. This is what this looks like for the numbers folks, of people who have contributed, are thinking about it, etc. Private lessons are usually $130 to $150 per month. If someone has, multiple children that they need to find tuition for, there you have it. That adds up. You're talking about You could be talking about $300 a month, give or take a lesson or two there. So if that starts to become a burden for some people, the scholarship fund is there to help kick that in so that they don't have to tell their kid, hey, we have to not do music lessons anymore because my carburetor broke. Or that a carburetor is a real thing, right? I think it is. I'll Google that later. But my point is, this has actually really helped some people, and I've had people contact me and say, my child wants to take your rhythm kids class. We just can't pull the tuition, and then it's not even a thing. It's like, oh, that's fine. What can you chip in? Part, full, whatever. So this has actually happened. It's happened with our Resonate yoga and sound workshops as well. It's not just kids. It's also just adults, people like you that need to find some kind of wellness practice. They need to find something to help them through some chronic stress, some bad anxiety. They're just going through a bad time. And, that sometimes that $25 or $30 class fee is just not something that they can even think about swinging at the moment. And, it might be a temporary thing. And so that could even, we don't want it to add to the stress. The whole point is we're trying to find ways to alleviate. And so if that becomes an added stressor, wow, I really want to connect with people and move my body and, learn these relief techniques, but I'm stressing out about, the tuition, we don't want that. So that's where the fund kicks in. So those are some examples of how it's being used and new ways that it's being used, like I said, to provide instruments. So we just wanted to, yep. This is real life. That's real life. Kitty, chill. We just wanted to share with you the new ways that we're helping people and ask again for, if you do feel moved to contribute. The kitty wants to contribute to the video. If you feel moved to contribute, these are the numbers. This is how it's helping people. This is what I'm looking at that I need to spend. This is what consumers, people, clients, students, this is the tuition. This is the tuition that they're trying to make happen for themselves, and we're just putting it out there. So we're putting it out there, and the link will be below in the comments. I have to get that as soon as I'm done making this video. I'll pop the link down there for you, and if you have any questions too, I want to point out, please feel free to call me, text me, email me, direct message me on Messenger, any way that you feel called to get a hold of me. If you do have questions, we want to be able to answer them for you. So we can give you some more information to, help make it a more comfortable decision. Even we're talking about a couple dollars. If that's what you're, what you feel like is a good thing for you, that helps. People think sometimes a little bit might not really contribute enough, and well, then I guess I just, I can't give, $20, so I'm just gonna not, and that's okay. Sharing the post is helping. Sharing the post is helping, but I don't want people to think just $1 or $2 isn't gonna matter, because it does. It really does. Because those dollars add up, and 5 people think that, wow, that $1 or $2 is gonna matter. That's $5 or $10 right there that someone who doesn't have any can use, or someone who didn't have a drum to play, it's gonna go toward a drum for them to play. Speaking of drums, and I'll have one final point here, is gonna be, it doesn't even have to be a financial contribution. Like I said, sharing the post helps. The financial contributions help. The donations of instruments themselves are great and accepted, and we'll use those. So if you have a drum laying around in your basement or garage or whatever, and your festival days are not as plentiful as they used to be or whatever, and you just want to see someone, playing that drum, feel free to contact me, and I can let you know if it's something that we'll be able to reuse, or even if it's a donation, if it's a sale. If you've got those old drums lying around, and you think we can use them, please contact me. I'll see if there is a way we can use them and help you get rid of it and help someone else get to play it. So that's really all I had. I wanted to share with you the numbers of, again, my expenses and my students' tuition expenses. So we got that out there. And this is what we're looking at for fall. We've got 3 brand new classes. Well, Rhythm Kids is a repeat class. We're doing that again. That was successful last fall, and we decided to continue it yet again. That's for kids ages 5 to 9. And they'll be doing, the whole goal of that class is they're going to host a drum circle and co-facilitate that drum circle for friends and family at the end of that class. Following that is going to be a hand drumming for everyone class. I did this years ago. Back in the day, if anyone remembers the Yoga Nature days, we did hand drumming for everyone there, and it was super fun, really successful. Lots of people met and connected and learned a lot from that series. So that's going to be a 4-week series. The Rhythm Kids will be 6 weeks. We've got 4 weeks of hand drumming for everyone. It's really perfect for beginners, but anybody who can play drums, if you're already playing drums and you're like, I don't know if I'm a beginner, I'm kind of more intermediate. That's fine. You're gonna still benefit from it and have fun too. It's kind of an all levels thing where we just meet the group where they're at collectively, and we're gonna have some drum circle fun there. Learning technique. It's kind of half instructed, half facilitated. 4-week course on hand drumming for everyone. And then finally, right before the holidays, what we're gonna have is a natural stress relief. It's a natural stress relief using rhythm and sound workshop. That is 3 weeks, I believe, and that's right before the holidays. So that could be timely for those of you who get anxious around holiday times, whether it's like family stuff, financial stuff, time management stuff, like just the general like contagious anxiety that happens. Y'all familiar with contagious anxiety? Yeah. So when everyone else around you is like frazzled and crazy, and then you kind of by osmosis take the frazzled and crazy on. That is a real thing for lots of people. So I figured the stress relief class right around the holiday time would hopefully be a good buffer in someone's life. So that will be coming up, right, like I said, before the holidays. That's a 3-week. What we're going to learn in that class is natural ways to relieve stress, reduce anxiety, calm down, sleep better. We're going to use all tools that we already have. We're also going to use some drums and things, but mostly it's going to be focused on what we have in our body already, tools that we have to use right away. They work really quickly. Other special thing for that class is we're going to have a special guest teacher come in and help facilitate one class. We're going to have a yoga instructor come in and teach us some yoga-inspired movement and breath work to also aid in that. So it's going to be a combination of music stuff, rhythm and sound, and breath, voice, and a little bit of movement. So really highly recommend that for if you're experiencing stress around the holidays and that frazzled, frantic feeling that you might contagiously take on from people around you. If it's a high stress, if you're in a high stress zone, high stress environment, high stress family, work situation, anything where you've got that outer influence of crazy and you want to have some tools at your fingertips at all times, 24/7, to help you keep, yourself stable and grounded and keep your side of the street clean, so to speak, in your decision making and in your groundedness, and just keeping clear-headed throughout that time, when there's seems to be lots more factors and sensitivity. And I know for me, I'm thinking of what comes up for me around holidays, and it's rough for me. So that was it. We've shared the numbers. We've shared the new classes. Talked about the scholarship fund and the new needs that we have this fall, and see if we can soften some of those needs with the community, with your guys' help, your folks' help, plurals. So we do need your help. We appreciate your help. And we're going to buy some drums. We're going to pay for some people's tuition. We're going to learn. We're going to connect. And we're going to spread this thing out. We're going to spread this thing out as far as it can go and help as many people as possible. So the PayPal link is going to go down below. And please feel free to contact me with any questions. You can pop them here in the comments. You can contact me directly. I'll answer your questions privately for you if you want. And come check us out at Keystone Musical Arts Center. We'll give you the lowdown on all the upcoming classes and events, other instruments and classes going on there too, not just me. I'm not the only show at KMAC. There's a lot of really, really good instructors and good events, kind of, different things going on there. They do a lot of cool out-of-town trips and things too that are pretty exciting, that all revolve around music and community. So very good stuff. Highly recommend, not just because I teach there. Yeah, come on by when I'm there, and I can give you a free tour. So, all right, thanks again for watching and for listening and for asking questions and for donating and for coming out to events. I forgot to mention there is a free drum circle coming up. That was the one other thing. We're doing just a random drum circle party. I have to get the date. I'll pop the date in the comments. But that's coming up in October. I think that's coming up in October. All right. So thanks again. I really, really, really appreciate all the work that we're doing here collectively as a community around music and wellness and just the giving spirit and the kind of like community hug spirit that I've been feeling lately. So love keeping that up. I love serving as a music teacher and as a facilitator. It really, really, really does light up my life. I look forward to going to work. I don't even call it work. I look forward to going to work every day. Hey, Meg, what's going on? I would love to play for you. Maybe after I do this video. I have to do some homework first. I have to log into my courses. I've been putting that off all morning to do scholarship stuff and to do scheduling stuff and music lesson stuff. Again, I wake up thinking about it. That's the thing. I wake up thinking about teaching. I wake up thinking about scheduling my students. I wake up just thinking about writing new classes. I wake up thinking about how I'm going to bring more people together and how I wake up thinking about new ways to help people relieve stress. And I just love using drums, and I love using the voice to do all that. It's really, I'm blessed to have found this. I found it through, using it on myself. That is what I think brings out the passion for me, is that I found it through my own need to change my life, to save my life. So when it comes to bringing this to other people, I feel this deep sense of investment in teaching these methods because they've saved me. And so I feel a deep sense of investment in when I look at a kid who's struggling with, a kid doesn't have to be a kid, when I look at anyone who's struggling with anxiety, especially kids though, because I remember how hard school was. And I remember just how terrible some of those years were in figuring things out and in socializing and in like figuring out what I liked and what I was good at and trying to fit in, which was like damn near impossible. No matter what it looked like from the outside or not, it was pretty horrible on the inside. So the only thing that was a common thread through all those years and through my entire life was music and was playing the drums, and even singing and playing the guitar too. And then later on, it developed into writing my own songs and turning words into music, and having had the background of traditional music instruction really aided me. It's not necessary, but I think it really helped me and gave me a leg up in expressing those things to make life easier by having an outlet. So this is so important. It's so important to offer. That's why I don't want, the money, the tuition to be, an either or for people. I'd rather work a little bit harder and try to get some community support to be able to say, like, well, if it comes down to, paying your bills or sending your child to lessons when they really, need an outlet, I don't want it to be an either or. I want it to be like, let's figure out how to make this work. Because there is help available. You guys have come through so much with the scholarship fund so far, and we've already helped so many people that it just really fills my heart up to be a part of making this possible. Because like I said, I wake up thinking about it. I feel really blessed to have a job that I get excited and really look forward to every day. And when I'm done teaching at the end of the night, it is 99.9% of the time that I feel better than when I walked in. Even if I walk into the studio drained or stressed, and I feel, even if I have that thought of, I have to teach for 3 hours, almost 100% of the time, even if that's how I walk in, which is not that often, but even if I walk in like that, 5 minutes into the first lesson and yep, this is why I'm here. This is why we do this. A kid will just say something that, I had a student. I'll share one little story. We did I did a song with one of my students from The Lion King. It was totally his idea, totally his choice. This particular student has been having some difficulties and struggles lately, and actually just had a major surgery, which I used sound and rhythm myself for pain management during a surgical recovery very successfully for myself. So I related to him on that, and anyway, he's been struggling, and he's not always I don't know, he's not always the easiest to get to always get on the same page with, but I like, that's teaching. Like, I have to figure out, and that's what I'm always getting better at. I have to figure out, it's my mission to figure out how to get on the same page as that student. And the more I learn how to do that, the more they teach me how to do that, the better instructor, that I become for a lot of different kinds of people. So anyway, let me fast forward. He picks this song from The Lion King, and I'm like, yep, cool, let's play along, right? And we end up playing along to the song, and it's got that really awesome rhythm that right? And so I'm just having a blast playing it. He's having a blast playing it. And then we get to the end of it, and I was like, I looked at the clock, and I'm like, yeah, we have 2 more minutes left. Do you want to do it again? And he goes, yeah, that rhythm really inspired me. And I just, like, I don't take that stuff lightly. I really don't take that stuff lightly. I wanted to sit in my chair and cry. But, I was like all in like holding space mode, and I'm like, let's do it again, so like just ran back up to the track and hit play, and we sat down and jammed on it again. But all day through like the rest of my day, I just kept thinking about how that kid said that a rhythm inspired him. A rhythm inspired him. Inspired him to do what, or think what, or feel what? I don't know. Right? He didn't share that with me. But he did share, which was a big step and a huge thing for him to say, particularly that student, that something inspired him. That was a real opening up for him. So super cool, made my day, made my week. I don't teach traditional instruction. I don't teach classical. I don't teach traditionally. I don't do music lessons like we had music lessons growing up, or like your parents had music lessons growing up. I don't, and some people still do that, and that's fine. I have found that there is a different group of people waiting for the type of instruction that I provide, and that is focused on wellness and fun. It's focused on fun and accessibility and health. I kind of, it's not like the front door. That the health stuff is not the front door. That's the side door. The students do come to me, and I do have some that we don't, that don't really, quote, need that. They're going to get it anyway. But we do focus more on traditional type of instruction, and that's great. I have fun doing that too. But more than half of my students are, have some kind of unique challenge or not unique challenge, or it's a health difficulty, or it's a, just they're differently abled, and we find ways through the side doors to make music. We find ways through the side doors to learn math. We find ways through the side doors to learn how to express emotions, express words, how to speak more, how to become, more verbal if someone's less verbal. We just walk in through the side door. And when you walk in through the side door at my studio, you trip over drums. And you trip over drums and you trip right into laughter, communication, connection, verbalization, counting, how to sleep better, how to manage anxiety, what to do when you're mad, what to do when you're sad, what to do when you're lonely, how to get your words out. It's all that side door stuff what keeps me so passionate about teaching. And when kids say something like, that rhythm really inspired me, I keep thinking about that. I really love when stuff like that happens. Yeah, or even just when, one particular student of mine who not very verbal, very hard to get this student to speak and express, and just to hear them say, that was great. It was like, blows my mind. So, and keeps me inspired. That inspires me, right? So, yeah. Thanks for listening to me ramble about how much I love to teach. And thanks for dropping some dollars into the scholarship fund to help pay for instruments, to help pay for lessons for kids and adults who would not otherwise be able to get there. And I do have some testimonials coming out in a YouTube video soon about that. As soon as I receive everything and find the time to edit that, I'll make sure that you guys all get to see that, because they want to say thank you, and they want to share with you how getting to go to the workshop or the class really helped and really made a difference in their life. So we're just so grateful. We're so grateful, and we want to keep it going. We want to keep growing. I want to bring you more classes, and we want to have more drums for everybody to play with, because it is really making a difference. So that's it. We're gonna get going. Do you want to come say goodbye? Do you want to come say goodbye? Come here. Come on. They want to see you. They want to see you. Look. Oh, it's over there. They want to see you. That's all we got. All right. Thanks so much. She says donate. She says donate to the link below. Donate to the link below. All right. I'm going to stop the video and pop the link down there. Right, Wid? All right. Thank you so much.